Who were the people that you might be running against? You mentioned you like Mike Huckabee. You know the other candidates, Mitt Romney,
I sort of like them all. You know, I have a problem. They've treated me so nicely. I have such a problem. Everyone said such nice things. I saw Santorum said something nice.
Newt Gingrich did.
They
Sarah
all did.
Palin did.
Newt Gingrich last month joined my club in Washington. A little before he heard about this, in all fairness. But I already have his money.
He said something nice about you in a speech this weekend.
Well, that's very nice. I mean, so I wish I didn't like him. Does that make sense to you?
Well, you're going to have to debate each other.
Nice things. I know. They're all saying these nice things about me. I have a hard time. So the truth is, I watched Paulenti the other day. I don't know him, but he said these wonderful things about Donald Trump. And I can't now say, oh, gee, this and that.
Well, look, you're all...
The good news is I don't think Barack Obama is going to be saying nice things, and that's a positive.
No, I think that's obvious.
I think I'm a great negotiator. I think I will do a better job than anybody because I'm really a great negotiator. I know how to negotiate. I know how people are ripping us off. I know why they're ripping us off, and I know how to solve the problem. And as far as yesterday is concerned and what's going on over the last couple of days, the numbers aren't as bad as you're thinking. Because what's happening is if you take away $300 billion where China's ripping us, and you take away Colombia, and you take away virtually every nation in the world who's making a huge, let's use the word profit on the United States, when you start equalizing that, not even to make money off them, just to neutralize it, China shouldn't be making $300 billion on us this year.
How do you get to...
But therefore, the numbers aren't as bad as what you're seeing. In other words, that has a huge impact.
$14 trillion is a big nut headed towards $24 trillion.
No, it is. But we're losing so much money. Every country we deal with, virtually, we're losing money. In fact, when Japan had its horrible accident, they said to me, what do you think? I said, you know what? They've treated us like fools for many years, but still we should help them. Aren't I a nice guy?
Yeah, you're a nice guy.
But they've treated us like fools for years and years and years. They've treated us like a bunch of dopes. But you know what?
But would you deal with entitlements, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid? I mean,
you have to deal with it.
Because
I do worry about, I have a lot of respect for Paul Ryan. I do worry that he's a little bit far out in front because the Democrats are going to take that Medicare word, that little word called Medicare, which to a lot of people means senior citizens, and they're going to take that word and they're going to say, oh, senior, senior, senior. And the Republicans have to be careful not to fall into a Democratic trap.
And that is that the trap is that they will be seen as being mean towards the elderly.
Towards seniors. And I will tell you, me, I'm protecting, I don't care what plan the Republicans put, I'm protecting the seniors. The seniors are, in a certain way, the heart of this country. And I'm protecting the seniors.
In other words, promises
but I can tell you...
But do we have to adjust? Look, discretionary spending is 12% of the budget. The real money,
it's not enough.
The trillions are in Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. There's got to be some adjustment.
Things have to be done, but it has to be done with both parties together. It has to be done together. You can't have the Republicans get too far ahead of this issue.
So you would say...
Well, they're going to lose elections.
Yeah. Well,
hey, if I run, I don't want to lose this election because I can do a lot of things for this country, and I don't want to lose this election. And I just don't think that, again, Ryan's great, but I don't think he should get too far out in front of this issue because I know, you just said, I know Schumer, I know this, I know that. I know exactly what they're doing. They love having somebody even talk about the word Medicare.
Yeah, because then
they're going to then say, oh, they're going to cut Medicare. Even though these guys will end up doing it, you got an election to win. And I think the Republicans, frankly, are too far out ahead. You know, this debate is supposed to be led by a president. And
he punted.
You have to be very careful that the Republicans don't go too far out in front because they're going to lose a big election coming in 2012 if that happens.
But do you really think you can balance the budget? You become president. How long would it take you to balance the budget?
Well, it would make a huge amount of progress. And you would do some of this stuff, but it wouldn't be the kind of numbers. Look, we're losing so much money. And not only money. We're losing jobs. Don't forget, China is taking our jobs. They're not only taking our money, but they're taking our jobs. So we're losing money, we're taking jobs. Now that means the economy can never come back because the best thing for balancing the budget is to have a strong economy. And the economy can never come back if we're going to always have high unemployment.
Here we are. You've got a beautiful view of Central Park, and 9/11 happens here. Radical Islam. The president, when he first got into office, went on an apology tour. America's arrogant. Okay. So the question is, do you think he understands the real dangers that led up to 9/11, 3,000 people killed right here in this city, and you recently spoke about the Quran. You said it gives you a negative vibe, and you got some criticism for it.
Well, I didn't see the criticism, but obviously there's something going on, because every time you turn on a television, 100 people are killed in a grocery store in Iraq.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, every day a bomb goes off, and I see the wounded, and I spend a lot of time with the wounded, the soldiers, our great soldiers. And they come back with a missing arm.
Legs.
No legs. And for what? For what? Now, I will say this, and some people think it's harsh, and I think it's common sense. And a lot of people think it's great. When I first said it, which was 1 week ago, we go to Iraq, we spend $1.5 trillion, and our cities are dying all over the place. They don't have any money. We spend $1.5 trillion. Iraq has the second largest oil fields in the world. $15 trillion worth of oil, second to Saudi Arabia. We go over, we decapitate their armies. Their armies are wiped out. They have weak armies. It's a corrupt society anyway. I mean, it's totally corrupt what's going on over there. We then leave, and Iran, which has fought for years back and forth, because they were basically of equal strength. Well, now they're not. Iran will come in, and they'll take over Iraq within 2 seconds after we leave. They're gone. Forget it. It's not even a contest. I hear, Sean, I hear they're already starting. I don't even think they have to fire a bullet, because, to be honest with you, I hear they're already making great political inroads in Iraq. So within about 2 minutes after we leave, Iran is going to come over, take over Iraq. That's one thing. But they're going to take the oil. So they're going to have the second best oil fields in the world, second biggest oil fields in the world, that we made possible with our soldiers, thousands of people dead, wounded, and 1.5, less importantly, $1.5 trillion. So I said very simply that if it's me, we take the oil. You know, in the old days, when you win a country, you win a country. Now, with our stupid people, we win a country, we lose money, we lose soldiers, we lose lives, and then we leave.
How about a minimum that they pay for their liberation?
Look,
at a minimum.
At a minimum, they pay us back the $1.5 trillion. That's at a minimum.